Hi. How you doing? Hello, my fine furry friends. How are you doing today? Drink your water. What about the vitamins? How much sleep you getting, friend? I'm not getting the most amount of sleep. Like I'm getting sleep. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not like getting restful sleep. Know what I mean? That's neither here nor there. Today we're gonna have a little conversation about what 2025 has taught me so far because it's May. I get that. And while we do that, we're also gonna I'm gonna tell you how to do these right here. These little these little these little claws right here. So grab that water and come back and see me on the other side in a second. Was vibing to that intro. I know you were. I know you were. I know you were, friend. It's okay. It's okay. It's dope. I get it. I be vibing to it a lot too. I'll listen to it in its like full entirety raw sometimes. But like we talked about at the top of the video, we're gonna work on these. I see no real need to go to the salon anymore for my nails because it's a luxury that I personally don't have. So while we're getting to that bag to go and have somebody else touch on me, I'm gonna show y'all what I do to get mine. We're also gonna talk about what 2025 has taught me so far. And ridiculously enough, because of the orange man in charge, 5 months feels so long. But to do this, I could not tell you what brand this is, but I can tell you Walmart, $20. That's the thing. You can also go on Amazon and get something similar and have the money to get something like fancy. So we got the $20 option at Walmart. You're gonna need some cotton rounds to soak the really high concentration of alcohol in. I don't have a dehydrator, so this is my next best thing. And of course, you're gonna need the nails themselves. So let's go. I filed some off camera just because y'all need to watch all of that. That's ridiculous. But I will say, when I file, I get like good and in the corner here, like in all the good little corners. I'm not a professional, so don't come for me. We get all the good corners. I get all the good corners first, and then we do the rest of the body on the nail. Whoop, whoop. Then we go to the top, go off. That's what we do for everyone. Now, that's what I was saying. 2025, it has felt so long, and it has already only been 5 months. Now we got 7 more months to go. Crazy work. Don't hold it to your nail like that. But crazy work. 5 more months, 7 more months, insane. Only 5 months, even the more insane. Catastrophic. Anyway, so when I'm going about what I'm doing for life, I try to sit down and think about like what has this taught me so far. And y'all, 2025 has taught me the most I think I have ever learned in my 32 years of life. So let's talk about some of them. I already talked about three of them on like my personal TikTok. No, that's in the caption as well. So hop over and follow me if you want. But those three are one, chase no one. If they wanted to, they would. Is real. It's not just y'all know how we are. We're not just gender specific over here. It's not just men are trash. It's not just women are trash. People can be trash. So if they wanted to, they would. It's real. If somebody really wants to spend time with you, if somebody really wants to, see you, communicate with you, let you know what's going on, they will. If they don't, they won't. And that's okay. You just saw me foul. You're gonna need to, of course, take all this stuff off, but you're gonna need to size the nails. I did not do that off camera, but I'm going to. So gonna pause it right here. I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna size these. I'm gonna come back. Yeah? Be fast, I promise you. Right now. Okay. Fast. Off camera, of course. But fast nonetheless. Now, I will say the easy way that I know to size is like once you put it on there, you got to make sure that it's like actually flush with your nail, not like hanging over, like it's too big, or like there's nail showing, like it's too small. Have it flush right with the nail. Now, I also say if it's in there, use it. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use what's actually in here, which is a little nail file board, Whitney board, and a little cuticle pusher. I push my cuticles. You don't have to, but I do. Going back to this thing we've learned in 2025. They wanted to, they would. So chase no one. That's just a repeat. 2, like don't regret relationships once they're gone. And I don't mean just like romantic relationships. We talk about this on the channel all the time. It's not just romantic relationships. It's like everyday friendships, business relationships, any type of networking that forged some type of relationship. Don't regret it because it was there for a reason. It was there to grow you in some type of way. So appreciate that. Appreciate that you don't, you know, you don't have to exist in a life to where you haven't learned this lesson. And why not let it be in something that you were able to at least have good memories of at the time? So what you just saw me do was get some really high in percentage of alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and sop it in cotton swab. And because we don't have a dehydrator, that's what that's going to act as. Good little dehydrator. Just going to wipe it across the nail. Try to keep the cotton off your nail. And if you need to, just wipe it back over. It'll come off eventually. I do this, and a lot of people tell you like to do this because at the nail salon they dehydrate your nails as well, so it'll grip a little better. You're gonna see I file a lot, just to not necessarily make it too smooth, but to make it nice and rugged enough. And I file not just my nail, but the fake nail too. We'll get to that part in a second. But this is where I push my cuticles back. That's what we were talking about. I regret no relationship. I regret no part, no decision in my life, no none of that. Because those decisions, the making of those decisions and the consequences of those decisions have made me who I am. And it's taken me a good chunk of time to fully appreciate, love, and value who I am. So I wouldn't want to let that go for anything and change what that is. And I wouldn't even say I don't want those lessons to be as painful, because I know for me, some stuff don't stick unless it's painful. I was that kid that like when you told me not to touch the oven, I touched it anyway. Or you told me not to touch the stove, I touched it anyway because I just want to know what it is, know what it's like. And then I burn myself, and I'd be like, definitely not doing that shit. Like I am a person that has learned that way in the past. I am trying to be wise now and learn from other people's experiences and take those into consideration. But there are still some times where I gotta burn my hand too. So I would never say I don't wish something happened. I don't regret any type of decision or any relationship. So I would suggest not doing that. And that is something that 2025 has taught me, that you should regret no relationship because it helped form who you are. And especially if you are a parent, it's helping you be able to make more concrete decisions, in my opinion. When you're able to teach your child how to be wise, that's a tool that you got in your box that some people don't. So I would suggest that personally. Anyway, also, third part that I talked about in my TikTok was don't run away from like the quiet moments. It's okay if it's quiet. It's okay. It's okay if you're in a season of singleness. It's okay if you're in a spirit of isolation, in a season of isolation. Like, that's okay. Because sometimes, most of the time, if you take that time to build on yourself, you have the potential to grow so much that it's not even funny. Like, new season, who this type grow, you know? So I personally think that that's what that's for. Second file time. Not too hard though in this one. I think that that silence is golden for so many reasons, and you should appreciate it because you don't want that silence. Don't know if y'all can hear in the background, but my children are deciding that they want to have a half marathon, so they're running through the house and slamming doors and stuff and screaming at one another. Don't know if y'all can hear that. Hope you can't, but if you can, that's what's going on. And there are times where I wish I had the silence. So, for the times that I do have it, I appreciate them. I don't run from them, and I've come to learn that that quiet space is something to be treasured and something to be used as a time to truly be able to grow and understand who you are. Quick water break. I'm parched. Talk about y'all. Anyway, something else. So we're gonna go to 5 here. Something else that 2025 has taught me is sometimes you just can't expect yourself out of others. As much as you would like to, as much as you all are so similar, because we all have that friend who we all have that friend somewhere in our lives who we're so similar, and we're so similar, and we see life the same, and we're two peas in a pod, blah, 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 right? Even that person may not treat you the way that you would treat them. So don't expect it. Don't expect it. Be gracious and appreciative for it, but don't expect it. I've come into situations, little tip moment. This is where I file the inside of the nail. I think it helps with the grip. If you don't, you can skip that step and move on to the next one. This is what I do. This is what has my nails sitting on for 2 weeks. 2 or 3, depending on how much I'm doing. Just saying, no judgment, just doing what I do. Anyway, also, since these are white, like white tips, I just do the pink part because people are gonna see that part. Anyway, you can't expect yourself from other people. You can only expect who they are from them. That's it. You cannot think that everything is going to be, or the world is going to approach you how you approach it. That's just not what's going to happen. And that's also in the relationships that you build with people. You cannot expect you out of other people. All that's going to do is lead you to craziness, truly. And I don't say that to be like pessimistic or anything. I'm just saying that to be true. It's going to lead you to craziness. It's going to lead you to extremely high expectations of people who may not be ready to have those expectations thrusted on them, or have not earned those expectations. And if they have not earned those expectations, why are you putting that on them? You know what I mean? You're kind of a butthole in that situation. You're kind of the butthole in that situation. You just are. You just are. And we don't need to be the buttholes. So fine furry friends are not the buttholes unless warranted. That's not a point where it is warranted, guys. So don't expect yourself out of other people. It's ridiculous. And to that point, when we get to relationships, like romantic relationships, guys, learn your person and just expect what they show you from them. Don't go in here thinking that they're going to be like your ex. They haven't earned that. Don't do that. If they are like your ex, get the heck out of there. Get out. You made that mistake once. don't make it again. That's ridiculous. Yeah, because I've seen that here lately where people are trying to be like, well, I feel bad because the lesson that I learned was to not judge him like my ex, but I walked in and he was just, and I just thought he was just like my ex, and I made it so hard for him, and I can't believe I did that. Well, ma'am, sir, I can't believe you did that either. That's dumb. That person is not them. If that person was them, why don't you just want to go back and date them? We're officially done with this now. I'm gonna put this in my little kit. Because anyway, this is the simple part. This is the part where we take the glue that is in the set. I don't have fancy glue, because why would I? Take the glue that's in the set. Take a little bit of glue on the nail. Just a drop. That was one drop, guys. A little bit of glue on your actual nail. That's one drop, guys. At an angle. Put that glue on at an angle. Press it in. This is also why I kind of like white tips as well, because you can see on the clear when it's all the way on there. Hold it for a couple seconds. I tend to do it for 20. That's just me. But yeah, like, don't do that. Don't go in there giving that new person the residuals of your old person. This is when healing is important, because that new person doesn't earn that, hasn't earned that, hasn't, and it doesn't deserve to not have that playing field, right? You're not their ex. If you don't want them blaming you for everything that their ex did to them, why would you do the same? But hey, that's just my opinion. I try to make it as straight as I can. I'm not perfect. No one says that. And then we'll do the rest of our hands like this. Okay. Here. Here. Angle. Press for a couple seconds. Make sure it's straight. Anyway. So yeah, don't do that. It's not fair. It's not okay. And the fifth and final thing that 2025 has taught me, love you, man. Love you. Love you enough to just dip out when necessary, appropriately. Don't just like ghost nobody. Try to have a conversation. And if a person tries to have a conversation with you and you don't want to have that conversation, not only does it tell that person where they lied to you, like lied in the language where they lied to you, but it also should tell you where that person lied to you. Because if you don't even want to allow that person conversation and reasoning as to why, now, am I saying you have to give a reason? No, you don't have to. If you feel like that person doesn't need that reason, or you don't want to give that reason, perfectly fine. But if they haven't earned anything of malice to you, I personally don't see a reason to not have it or not give reasons. But if that person doesn't even want to engage in a conversation with you, did. Cool. Factual. It shows you exactly where you were with them. And that's okay. So many times we be trying our damnedest to mean more to somebody than we actually do. Or we don't accept when they show us that we, in fact, did not mean that much. Because sometimes we hate to say it and we hate to believe it and we hate to see it, but sometimes they be showing you don't mean that much. They be showing you don't mean that much. And you be sitting here trying to humanize them so much that you're dehumanizing yourself. And if that's the case, then why are you even doing it? Like, if you don't matter enough to somebody, and they've shown you that, love yourself enough to get out of there. Love yourself enough to just say, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. I love me enough to say that this is my boundary. I will be loved. I will be respected. I will be heard. I will be seen. Then that's it. Pause. We had to take a pause because they're, told y'all my kids was out here. Kerfuffle. Anyway, bonus tip: don't sweat the small stuff. There is so much going on in the world right now that some stuff just don't deserve to be stressed out about. This is also my difficult hand. One that's hard, guys. Okay. Don't sweat the small stuff. Like, you don't get to Starbucks in the morning because you and your family was running late getting out the door. Don't sweat it. You have a happy, healthy family. You may be running a little behind, but it's okay. We all be late sometimes. But you have a happy, healthy family that you were able to get into your car from your house and drive them to wherever they needed to be. You got you where you need to be safely. If it's without the Starbucks, they don't need your money no way. Make it at home. Don't sweat the small stuff. We have this long. We talk about this all the time. We have this long in life, y'all. We gonna spend it stressing little stuff. That's not a life to live. That is an obligation to have, and sometimes that obligation just ain't worth it. I say that from experience because I used to be so high strong on not being the perfect this or the perfect that, or I can't do this as a mom, or I don't get that as a mom, or I didn't give them a well balanced, cooked out from scratch meal today. Did they eat? Was it nutritious? Did they get a bath? Are they happy? Are they happy, healthy, and safe? If they eat cinnamon toast crunch for dinner, that is okay. That is a General Mills well balanced breakfast. If it's a well balanced meal in the day, it's a well balanced meal at night. And if it was good enough for them, they was happy, they was full. Be happy you had the blessing of having the food to begin with. Because some people ain't even got that. So like, there really is some stuff is small, and it's not worth stressing about. It's just really not. With the life that we got, we only got one of them. Might as well enjoy it. Don't be stressing all this small stuff. Ain't no point. That partner didn't fold the clothes exactly how you wanted them to do it. Think about this. Did you teach them? Or did they just see you were stressed out and decided to fold them for you? Because on that tip, some of us out here got to do laundry by ourselves for 4 people. Four. Well, I'll say three because my mom is really nice, and the fact that she does Bella's laundry, I think she do it because they basically the same time. But for what have you, she do it. I ain't got stress. So you have that blessing, bro. Like, if my mama don't exactly put Bella's clothes up the exact same way I would, what am I stressing about? I ain't have to touch them clothes. I ain't have to wash them. I ain't have to dry them. I ain't have to fold them. I ain't have to put them away. All I had to do was be mommy and make sure she put them in dirty clothes hamper. That was it. That was all I had to do for that. I'm gonna take advantage of that, and I'm gonna be happy about that, and we're gonna move on. So we're gonna recap. Now that these are done and they look adorable, we're gonna recap our 5 points and our bonus point. Number one, what we're not gonna do, we're not gonna chase anybody in the good year of our Lord 2025. You hear that year? 2025. It has been 2025 years since our Creator died on the cross. It's about that time to let that go. Okay? You have done everything you can do. You have been a good partner. and that person just does not want to reciprocate, let it go. Chase no one. Number two, this is hard for me. We're not going to regret past relationships. Yeah, it taught us a lesson. It taught us something we didn't think we were going to be able to do or have, but we know it exists now because of the relationship we shared with that person. Now, I'm not just talking about romantic, and I may be talking about platonic, and I may be talking about professional, but in every relationship, we're not going to regret them. Right now, I'm going to tell you from experience, art. Because right now, kind of frustrated with it. But it is a point we need to learn. We need to remind ourselves when we're going through the hurt of breaking of things. Number three, we are not going to run away from the silent moments in the single seasons. Because it's that time we need to build on ourselves, grow, and learn ourselves. Because think about it, how you going to teach somebody else how to love you and you don't know how to love you yet? Where'd that come from? It comes from nowhere because it doesn't exist. Really lean into those single moments and don't run from them. Number four, we're not going to expect ourselves from other people. Let me tell you this, sis. Let me tell you this, bro. Let me hold your hand real quick. You're not going to understand why they do that crazy thing. Because you wouldn't do it. Because y'all are not cut the same. And that's okay. Expect them from them. Expect you from you. Don't let your mental health or anything else fall by the wayside trying to do what they would do or understand what they would do. You won't do it. So don't try. Yeah. Number five, we're going to love ourselves enough to know when to let go. Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself and to protect your peace is to let go. And that's okay. It is not your job to give grace. It's your job to let God give the grace and let your creator tell you how to move. That's your job. Your job is not to judge. Your job is not to be judge, jury, and executioner. It's not to do any of that. Your job is to literally be. Protect your peace, be. Sometimes that means walking away. Sometimes the best thing you can do to show that you love other people is to love yourself enough to know when to back out of there. And that's okay. And then our bonus tip, because what is life without a little bit of a bonus? Don't sweat the small stuff, bro. Don't sweat it. You a little late today for work? It's fine. You don't have on the right ankle bracelet that you wanted to have on today? It's fine. Dang, you didn't get to send that email exactly how you wanted it to be. It's fine. Dang, I was supposed to make sure that I got to Starbucks this morning. It's all right. Let's be real. They didn't need your money no way. Make it at home. It's okay. Don't sweat the small stuff. God gave us long. Y'all know this. So why waste it doing things you don't love? Speaking of that point, life is not a dress rehearsal. It is your final performance. Do the things that you love to do in life because God gave us long. Don't waste it. Speaking of love, though, we love you. We wish you love. We wish you happiness. But above all else, we wish you peace. Have a good day. Bye.